Killen though. Imagine if he loses a game to Eddie with something that isn't Bomb Warrior, or with something that isn't Bomb Warrior. How much harder that makes the series.
Yes, very much so. We have to hope for Killen's sake that that's not going to happen, but for Eddie, he would love a free win. Absolutely love it.
Well, let's see. Game 1.
Yeah, game 1 with Priest versus the Druid. We actually haven't seen much Priest play today, except for the very beginning, so definitely a change of pace from the very long Priest mirrors that we saw in like Europe, for example, which was actually quite a back and forth game that led to like these last few decisions that had such big swings between Bunny Hopper and Viper. If you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go check it out on the VODs here at youtube.com/Hearthstone Esports. But we're ready to go. Game number 1 has started. Pretty clunky opening hands on both sides. I do wonder if there's anything worth keeping. From Eddie's perspective, maybe the Cobalt Spellkin. But Cabal Acolyte generally doesn't even have things to steal early on unless you have Wave of Apathy and your opponent has like the ramp. So with Priest, a lot of times if I'm going up against Druid and I know that there's like a very high likelihood or guarantee that it's some kind of defensive Druid that wants to ramp, which is most of them. I usually feel more comfortable throwing away the Cabal Acolyte, but we'll see.
Definitely doesn't need weapon removal. So I think that's
that
another
much
reason.
Is true.
I think there's another reason in the camp for Cabal Acolyte. It's like, what are you mulliganing into? Like, oh, I'm going to throw away Cabal Acolyte because I want... Checks notes. Cobalt Sticky Finger?
I guess so. Well, either way, the opening hand, he ended up keeping the Cabal Acolyte and then got the Wave of Apathy, so everything works out okay. I guess it's just because I feel like there's a lot of early game plays that the Priest would want to still make against Druid while they give you some time before they ramp. And he ended up getting the Wand Maker. Finds Mind Vision, so if there's ramp in the hand, you might be able to get it as well. However, Cabal Acolyte can be really valuable versus Druid because of, like, it ended up being a card that was very powerful because it was a way to answer Guardian Animals, or even just like the Twilight Runner if your opponent plays it on 5. So this is a really good spot for A to be in to start things off.
Yeah. This needs to play for maximum tempo, right?
I feel like that's the case. I think another thing that he could consider doing... He's thinking really hard about this. So the options are to basically develop the Apotheosis or the Wild Pyromancer. And in this case, I think the logic is that it's going to be trickier for him for Druid to remove this 4/5. Especially if killinallday has things like the Crystal Power in hand, which he didn't want to really use. So now Killen was thinking about using that Innervate for a nice smooth turn 4, turn 5, double 5 drop. But now, What does he choose to do?
I mean, I still think he has to go for that. It's just this may change which 5 drops he wanted to play. I mean, this could get bad with no ramp, no broomstick, no way to really, like, stamp his presence on the board. Eddie's going to be able to see this 5 drop, steal it, see the next 5 drop, value trade it, all the while pushing some damage.
Yep, this worked out really well. And, you know, that Cabal Acolyte keep ends up being a really powerful swing with that Wave of Apathy. And now Killen is in a awkward spot. This is bad for Killen right now.
But this is where the tech cards come in. A normal priest would be playing a lot more ways to solidify their position on board, and instead Eddie has his five drop here is a 5-mana 4/4 that doesn't do anything. So it's so much harder for him to keep pushing for tempo, at least fast enough to kill Killen before he has, meaningful comeback tools, than it would be if he was playing just a normal priest without these cards. Still, though, he has a massive lead at the moment.
Yeah, right now it does seem like he's still in a pretty good spot. I don't really foresee many ways for Killen to get back into this game if he just kind of trades and just develops, and that's exactly what he's doing. And, how does Killen react now? He's got 6 mana, still 1 turn off from the ideal opportunity to drop the Mount Cellar, but even then, he doesn't even have that many good things to play with it at the moment. It's all just so awkward.
He does have nature studies, though. So I like Crystal Power here for the health. And then nature studies, and then bank the mana reduction from nature studies to be able to push out guardian animals next turn. Oh. Then he also has like Iron Bark and Anubasoth. See, like Eddie's not like normally this would be like just big stuff, but it's Cobalt Sticky Finger and then Cartoon Defender.
Right.
So now
There's really
Killen can actually
here.
come back in this game. There's a Twilight Runner Lake Thresher. Boom. And he could Lightning Bloom out of Hero Power, and then that's a full board clear.
Yes. Cobalt Sticky Finger, not sticky enough.
Yeah, and then boom, that's Killen's now favored after like one of the worst starts you can imagine to have against the priest.
Yeah, Killen's able to do it. This was huge. Yeah. And I mean, Eddie does have ways to deal with the board.
Yeah.
Nothing too amazing right now, but could improve if he found a dragon. He doesn't have one. Raised at first. Does not find a Cabal Acolyte. Would have been huge if he was able to do that, because he'd be able to steal a minion. But now he probably wants to do the Wave of Apathy play, but just has to sacrifice a lot of Pyromancer, I think.
You don't pick the ones.
Interesting that he leads off with this. The Wandmaker could potentially change his play. He thought about it for a little bit. I don't really think of anything that'd be able to change it. The issue that I have is that now the Wandmaker takes damage.
Yeah. Maybe he was thinking about picking up a Holy Smite or something like that, but...
Right.
I don't think he wants to part ways with Wave of Apathy just yet, because that's his way to combat an even bigger board than this, which is certainly possible going into the next turn. Alright, so because the Lightning Bloom Hero Power last turn, Killen does have a relatively weak turn. I'm curious how he wants to sequence this. If he goes for Worthy Expedition for 5 mana, what choose one card can he find? Druid of the Claw? Is playing second Twilight Runner onto the board just as is that playing into too much? I don't think so. Because, one of the things Eddie cuts from this list to make room for Acidic Swampus and Cobalt Sticky Fingers is Setting Mailweaver. So, like, his ability to find randomly generated spells like Shadow and Ruin is non-existent.
Right.
Except for maybe Renew. But I think you're willing to take those chances.
I supply only the finest creatures.
Wow, going for the Mount Cellar, trying to find back some presence on the board, finds the Python, and now Killen can really press in here in a multitude of ways if he wants to overflow, if he wants to exotic Mount Seller. What he can't do, though, right now is deal with his opponent's Mount Seller. Definitely like an interesting
with a
spot.
full board.
Yeah, I think definitely this is like a intriguing spot, particularly because Killen can just ignore that, so to speak, and make Priest just play cleanup duty, which is very powerful. Nothing right here leaps out to me other than just kind of playing Mark of the Wild and chilling.
Time waits for no one.
Oof. Yeah, I think in this spot in particular, it is extra challenging as the Druid player to try to make sure you can play around all of Priest's combat tricks, but you really can't, so just passes it back over. And now, Eddie, what can you do with this Mount Seller?
Well, I mean, that's a lot of minions. It's just he doesn't have Broomstick to kind of tie it all together and make the trades over. He can build up a big board, but it's very likely that Killen can kind of fight back on the very next turn, which we can see that he can.
So the Unifier allows him to trade pretty cleanly. Or pretty nicely, rather. It's still not clean in terms of how he wants to deal with the board, because there's just a lot of stuff, but you gotta kill that Twilight Runner. And this Ooze just does not do anything.
No, it's real bad. And these Cleric of Scales, too, without a dragon.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. You gotta clear it out because it's offering AoE cleave. Oh!
My best day on the job.
That's 10, 13. 13 plus 12 is 25. Not quite lethal.
Not quite lethal, but he can clean up much of the board here if he wants to, and Eddie just has nothing left. Maybe Killen's a little afraid of like Soulmere, potentially Murazon, but say Swampoo's Cartoon Defender and 2 unactivated Cleric of Scales just doesn't feel particularly good. So Killen all day. Force Forward and Omu in this situation I think is important. Just because he needs to kind of dump cards from hand, especially with a Twilight Runner on board.
Right.
He gets Worthy Expedition.
Ooh,
Cenarius.
Cenarius? Aww. I guess you don't need it because you have Survival of the Fittest, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So now he can push with everything and use these rushers to trade over. The Omu goes into Exotic Mount Seller, goes into whatever the highest power thing is, and then boom.
Boom indeed.
Dragon? Oh, there it is. So can find Soulmere.
No. How many duplicates does he have in his deck? Nah, it doesn't really matter. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Important part here, though, is finding something to do with these clerics.
On wings of destruction they come.
Find Draconic Studies, Raise Dead, and Renew. Maybe if the Renew still can give him the Soulmere? Yeah. There it is.
On wings of destruction they come.
No.
Oh, he didn't hit Soulmere twice.
quickly.
Maybe
So we
discover a Shadowward Ruin. Shadowward Ruin, I think, is the other thing that you can do right now.
Yep, Shadowward Ruin. That's what it's got to be, huh? Lazul Scheme. Nope, not good enough. Shadowward Ruin, Holy Nova.
Holy Nova keeps
Oh, that
him
keeps him
alive.
alive.
Living.
Not by much.
Man, talk about just being so rich as Druid. Killen's almost decked out completely. I guess you could use Crystal Powers defensively to heal at this point.
Yeah.
Your opponents really demonstrate a lack of ability to deal with your board. And Killen's just going to free up his hand.
Almost out of cards.
Probably go with Ysera Unleash.
Ysera. Yep.
That means that even if Eddie does find Soul Mirror like off the top and deals with this board, which it doesn't even deal with this board like fantastically because Ysera Unleash should still be there, then he knows he has portals the following turn to be able to solidify the game. So he can draw. He can get a Deathwing. Nope.
You have been.
Because Ysera was active there.
All
Or not
right,
Ysera,
well,
Dragon Queen,
Eddie
not Summoner.
concedes. Not really much that he can do from here, and Killing All Day ends up getting that game 1 victory. We know this is still all just kind of leading up to when that warrior is going to show up here for Killing All Day. But for now, off to a good start, right? Every win that you can get is another chance for that warrior. You don't want to give any free wins to his opponents.
Yeah. But that one was close. Closer than I think Killen would like. He did get off to a pretty rough start, but as you can see, these decks, they just don't. It doesn't feel like they have the necessary tools to take a lead and run with it against things that aren't weapon decks. So it's very difficult to find wins against everything else. Eddie is now 0-6 against things that aren't Bomb Warrior so far today. And I imagine that trend to continue. But Killing All Day going to go with his trend of kind of weaving the Bomb Warrior in. Going for a sneak attack.
That's right.
And going to try and play it here. Probably against the
never know.
Priest.
Yeah, you never know when he busts out the warrior. It even might be right now. So I like it. And overall, I gotta say that Killen doesn't seem to be flapped very much by the fact that his Bomb Warrior is being targeted. It seems like he's still like trying to squeeze every single percentage out and make sure that he can optimize every single turn. And we'll see if this Priest can corner the warrior the same way we saw it do last time. It was a very one-sided affair.
Yep.
Victory or death!
All right. Eddie Full Moles looking for sticky fingers. Does not find one. Does find some early tempo. But early tempo don't mean nothing. That means something.
You right.
I'd rather have early tempo lead to weapon destruction. But it's got plenty of time to find it. Plenty of time, I mean roughly 4 turns.
Gotta lead the charge. You don't pick the one.
Okay, start things off with a nice 1-2. Oh, Priest played 2-drop. Oh no. It might seem like that we're being silly, like, oh, he's just played a 2-2, but you need every single bit of early game advantage you can get here. And Eddie is actually ahead on the board here with the Mind Flayer Karj or the Apotheosis.
No weapon removal. Killing All Day is
It's
pointing that
true.
Wrench Caliber out next turn as fast as his little fingers can do it.
On wings of destruction they come.
Ooh.
Well, finds late game dragons that aren't going to be particularly relevant, I think.
Yeah, those are not good.
Well, time to start hacking away.
Yep. I expect it to come out even faster than that. So now there's a little countdown clock. You may not see it, but use your imagination on how long Eddie has to draw weapon removal.
I mean, last time it took a while before he found it, and he was still okay.
Yeah, the big thing here
like
is
he's gonna be okay
can
here.
Killen get a weapon destruction off with this wrench caliber, or it gets stolen.
True.
Oh, Blastmaster Boom!
Okay. That helps for the bomb planting scenario. Killen probably debating if he wants to swing this weapon and upstairs, or if he wants to just kind of kill off some of these minions. They're all just not worth his time, TJ. Killen's busy.
Yeah, he's got double
Got
brawl.
things to do, bombs to plant.
That is not weapon destruction.
Okay. Killen with a deep breath.
He's like, this is it.
He's cleared. Yeah,
This is the
'cause
one.
The right here. Yes. My insane pace.
Ugh. The funny thing is like, what happens once this wrench caliber has swung 3 times? It's like, all right, now what?
Right? It's like, well, so here's the thing. The fact that he didn't see Cobalt Sticky Finger is already a huge win in his book, right? Like, okay, so it stinks to see the Apotheosis because it undoes all the damage that he's doing, and, like, in the end, that's basically 1 bomb damage that he's negated. But Killen has now cleared an important benchmark in activating his Horde Pillager. Because now his weapon has been destroyed. And Eddie's like, please have the 5 attack survive. It did! And Killen has to swing.
I don't know. I think he can get greedy here. Yep, get greedy. He's got 1 draw. If he had no weapon removal, it's a less than a 1 in 5. So still very unlikely that if he didn't have weapon removal now for him to draw it off the top, because there's 22 cards up. There's actually 22 cards. This is not exactly 1 in 5 because 2 of those cards are bombs. It still doesn't draw weapon removal, and Killing All Day does have Blade Storm. In an emergency, he also has double Blade Storm. But he's taking more damage, and more damage is being undone. So,
yeah, I mean, definitely does not seem like it's a spot where Killen is happy with the alternative. He was hoping to just spike the ability to end the game a little bit quicker, but it does seem like Eddie holding on to this board state with that Apotheosis buff minion. Doing a lot of work. Deathwing comes in the hand. It's a little bit late. This is a lot of pressure. Killen might just die to sheer tempo.
Someone's gotta lead the
Gonna go for another brawl attempt.
Pirates away!
2 out of 4. Second brawl. Oh no! Okay, well, at least one of the other minions didn't survive. If Eddie's Pyromancer or his Cobalt spell can survive, Eddie would have more power on the board.
yeah.
But yeah, this is still not clear skies here for Killen.
No. And Blastmaster Boom, unless he's activating it immediately, is not really an option, because being at 11 life, he'll just die to Soul Mirror.
Right.
Um, so I think we start with a shield block here. Probably accepting this 8 damage that's on board. He can shield block Skyva tier armor up, something along those lines. Nope, he's going for it. All right.
Okay.
He needs board back. He needs board back.
Bomb drawn, and it was good timing for him as well.
Yep. What's that? Okay, a Cartoon Defender. So there's no Soul Mirror.
So tense.
I wonder.
So I think from this perspective, Eddie really needs to stabilize the amount of damage, but he can't guarantee that he's going to steal that Blastmaster Boom. He might just play the Cabal Acolyte anyways and go for a Wave of Apathy. Or maybe a Holy Smite.
So my favorite card has nothing in it. He just played it for tempo.
Quickly.
Right.
Your mind is not your own.
Yep. He's going for it. It looks like he's just pushing.
Dance, puppet.
Yeah. I like it.
Ooh!
Armor Smith off the top, which helps Killen restore a lot of his life. Maybe he just wants to clear the board here, right? He needs to not die. Like, I think that's what Killen's thinking about at the moment. Like, how do I just not die?
Well, double shield block will help a lot in his quest to not die. Well, there's Corsair Cash, so that's the next weapon. And he can gain a good chunk of armor with this Armor Smith and clear up a good portion of the board as well. Base 4.
3.
Okay, good start.
All right.
Yep, and all the rest of this goes upstairs. Maximize damage. Okay, never mind. I guess get rid of the Boombot. I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Still no weapon destruction.
This kind of situation you think about and you're just really not sure how you stabilize here or if you're supposed to press for tempo, right? Like, are you racing? Are you trying to play control again? You have the tools to do it. You can Wave of Apathy, Holy Smite, play the Cartoon Defender, call it a day. But are you like missing an opportunity to say Wave of Apathy and play the Plague Proto Drake and then push? And I think that's exactly the 50-50 scenario that Eddie is split down the split. It's not 50-50 if you look at it objectively, right? He doesn't know both hands. But, you know, from Eddie's perspective, he's gonna split the baby here. Kill off the board, develop tempo, just play more of a war of attrition here. And Killen finds the Galakron. Okay, so he has 2 Blade Storms. We really have to think about this. Killen's sitting back. He also has Corsair Cash, so he could just kind of use the Corsair Cash and Blade Storm, but the problem is the 7-drop that comes out of the Plague Proto Drake.
Those health totals don't line up particularly well.
What if you just play Deathwing here? You still have a 12-1, so it's challenging whatever the 7-drop comes out. Is that too bad?
Might
He
be.
ends up going for the Corsair cash line.
All right, he's gonna go for Blade Storm.
Yeah.
Hoping for probably like not Archmage Giantinitis.
Yeah, just a weak 7 drop. Just a couple of them. This is a
Okay.
generic 7 drop. It's a little understated actually, so good for killing.
Still no weapon removal.
Yeah.
On wings of destruction, they
Cleric
come.
of Scales finds the ability to renew. You already have 2 ways of apathy. Yeah, it's gotta be a Frost Steel. And when it comes down to it, it really isn't about weapon removal. Imagine that. A matchup that's supposed to be so favored because you have weapon removal is really not coming down to it, and he's just trying to tempo his opponent out.
Yeah, but it's just so hard because Killen just seems like he has answers every step of the way. It's just
Yeah.
he's falling short now. But like even now, he still
really
has a
good
pretty
here.
decent way to stabilize.
Yeah. So you can use the Shield Slam, the Deathwing, and push damage to the face. You can avoid taking damage necessarily.
What now?
Another question is, you've seen like so many turns of no weapon removal now? Do you upgrade? Yeah, I guess so.
I think you want to
Alright.
be mana efficient. I think it does matter for next turn because of Galakron and Cutting Class. I even spoke against this play last time we saw it, but I think it is pretty important. Eddie finds Shadow or Death.
That's not the
But
big
here's another
worry though for
question.
me.
It's. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's
Cool.
real funny.
Wait, no, that's so
Oh my
good because he can
God,
block
that's-
him.
That's 9 damage.
I know.
Well, it's not exactly the kind of. It's actually better if he still like removes and develops here, like Shadow or Death and Cartoon Defender, because that's still 3 damage you're setting up, but it's also like preventative from killing all day a swing at your face. Because the thing about setting up the Cartoon Defender is that he still has to attack to get his bomb shot.
One thing our producer Abar just pointed out also that had slipped my mind for a second. Ankar pulls Sticky Finger. Well, like at this point, it feels too late because that's an 8 mana expenditure. He has to play Ankar and then play the Sticky Finger, and then he's not doing anything else. I mean, at a certain point, it's going to have to happen, but
Yeah,
the damage has been done. It feels.
there's a lot of bomb shuffles in the deck, right? Like, Bomb Warrior is kind of okay when they shuffle 5 bombs into the deck. They prefer to shuffle more, but like that's definitely in the territory where they start winning. A good amount of the time.
Well, I mean, I guess one thing we do have to keep in mind for is the
What now?
the Ankar into Kobold Sticky Finger into Steel Red's Caliber is. It happens when Killen just die because he's at such a low life total.
And he has no cards in his deck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Cobalt Sticky Finger gets pulled off this anchor. And then Eddie will be able to steal that weapon. But Killen knows that he knows that Eddie has so many bombs in the deck, but he's also like almost decked out. Realistically, if Eddie played defensive enough, Killen might just deck himself out and just die anyways. Okay,
gosh.
Anchor can get buffed by Dr. Krasnov. I don't know if he actually has any more Pyres to pull, DJ. Do you know?
Let me check. Yeah, he has 1 Risky Skipper and Horde Pillager left in the deck.
Okay, that's
There's two
actually it's actually a really tough situation because Killen has 3 cards that he can draw. Then one off the Skyvateer and 2 off the Anchor, and he doesn't
not
want
good.
to draw cards.
He can gain a lot of armor here, though. I think he needs to do it. Risky Skipper, Armor Smith. It's actually a tough turn because you Risky Skipper.
Try to keep yourself alive.
I'll show you who's boss. Honor, made to fit.
Wait, do you play second Risky Skipper?
I don't think he wants to gain all that armor, or he doesn't want to do that and destroy his own board. He wants to gain some of that armor. 2 bombs
Yeah.
being drawn.
Because we can see that by not gaining more armor, Eddie with Dr. Krasinov here has a bomb out. It's a 20%.
Oh yeah.
I wonder.
But
No,
that would be
you're
his
totally
that would be
right.
his whole turn. Essentially. And does he
Right,
want
and
to
I
take a
think-
1 in 5 to win, but then give Killen tempo? Or give Killen like more damage on the backswing?
Quickly.
Yeah, I think maybe in Eddie's mind he just wants to survive because playing the Soul Mirror here means that he also gains armor.
Wave of Apathy Soul Mirror means he gains a lot of armor too. Oh, he's going for it.
He's doing it. He does not want to give Killen time. Because time also means chances for bomb outs. Horde Pillager. Oh my goodness. So, Lord Barov and the Risky Skipper. Actually, Lord Barov, yeah, and Risky Skipper plus the Horde Pillager will kill off the Dr. Krasinov. Can we deal with the other one, the Sky Rider?
While also pushing damage.
I believe he can, because there's still Risky Skipper on the field. Oh, he's gonna Blade Storm. Okay, I was thinking Horde Pillager and then the second Risky Skipper. This is much cleaner. Then he
All
can
right.
hold the other.
Oh,
Risky
here we go.
Skipper.
A 2-bomb outer. There are 4 bombs in the deck. He's got a 2 outer.
He's hoping. He's praying.
Nope.
No bomb. He's not dead. Yet.
He's not dead, but now there's a 1-bomb outer for Eddie. And there will be 2 bombs in the deck out of 5.
Yeah, that's a
But
40% chance.
if Eddie doesn't hit the bomb, then Killen's gonna have not a 1-bomb outer. It'll still be a 2-bomb outer, huh? Because he'll push 6. And Eddie will be able to go up to 12, so go down to 6. Oh my gosh,
Unless
this is so
Eddie
close.
plays a minion and then Dr. Krasinov rushes into it, which I don't think Eddie wants to do.
Oh my gosh.
So Eddie purposely avoided having opportunity to copy that Armor Smith to gain life because he wanted to push into the scenario, and I think he is favored. Soul Mirror, heal. He is outside that range. Nothing else.
All right. 40% chance to draw a bomb right here and game ends. 40%. 2 out of 5. Nobody can look. He dodged it.
Oh!
No, he has a 1-bomb outer because he drew upgrade.
He drew an upgrade, which
That's
means
7.
that now
That
he's
puts
on
him
a 1
exactly
bomb.
to 5. So that would be 5 bombs in the deck out of 15 cards. This is now a 1 in 3. Woo! 1 in 3 ready to draw a bomb. 5 out of 15.
Oh, Kellen, you rope this, you get up, you throw some salt over your shoulder.
This is a fadeaway right here.
I think he's debating if there's any reason to ever extend onto the board in case he needs extra damage.
Okay, Dr. Krasnov makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
Right. Because it's on the board. Eddie uses a ton of his removal. Killen's checking. He's roping.
All in.
And now it's time, TJ.
All in. 1 in 3. 1 in 3.
Killen all day sees
Oh no, he don't. No, there's no bomb. All right, and Cobalt Spellkin is a pickup. He could pick up like Radiance. He could pick up Renew. Doesn't pick up either of those things. Still can pick up Radiance, Renew. And Killen, his deck is now half bombs. He's at 1 health. 1 health. 50% chance to draw a bomb.
Mind Vision. There's oh, he doesn't have enough mana to play the anchor. Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
He had an out.
Oh, I forgot about that. He could have picked up Mind Vision from the initial one. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna be 1 minute off. Oh my gosh! A 50-50.
Wait. Is there anything off of Ray's Dead? No. He needs to wave apathy, right?
Okay, let's look.
No, it doesn't matter if he waves apathy. He's dead either way. He has to go for Mind Vision here.
Quickly.
Oh! You can sense the stress.
Wait. Raised dead into.
You don't pick the one.
No! Horde Pilgrim's
Okay,
too
50-50.
expensive.
50-50.
Oh, he's gonna wait for the rope.
Ah!
And it comes down to a 50-50.
Oh, he
Kill
did
it!
it! He killed him!
Dodges the bomb.
What?
Eddie concedes. Killen has won. He is up 2-0. And the target warrior strategy has not been successful in the second runaround. Killen all day against the odds, able to fade bombs all the way down to his 4th to last draw, and was able to take that game. What a crazy conclusion to game 2. And now Killen is in a position to win. He is overwhelmingly the favorite to get out of the series at this point.
Yeah. Wow. That is insane. Priest is probably the deck that loses to the Bomb Warrior the least often. Like if it's hard. I would say that's like 85-90% matchup or close to it against Bomb Warrior. But give Killen all day 2 full matches worth of tries, and he's going to piece together one where Eddie just whips on weapon removal when it counts.
That's right.
And that's that game. And now, Eddie's chances to win from this point are almost as low as Killen all day's chances were to win that game. Like he's got to beat Rogue 3 times in a row against 3 decks that are weak to Rogue.
Well, we're going to start things off with game number 3, and Killen has 2 cards that are pretty solid. Pharaoh Cat and the Underbelly Fence. You can see Eddie, a lot was emotionally invested into that game. He needed to keep it alive. Killen finds a great rusher and an activator for Underbelly Fence. This is already looking very good.
Yeah.
And quite possibly, it's still very early, way too quick to tell for sure. But, it feels like, TJ, that game number 2 might have been the final game of the series. Just from an emotional labor perspective from both players here.
Yeah. Like momentum is 100% on Killen's side now. Like you have to feel unstoppable at this stage, right? Like you just won a near impossible matchup, and the first thing you do in the very next game is have a good curve and rip a sick card off of a Pharaoh Cat. Like,
yeah,
super momentum. Stalled out a little bit though here. Does have plagiarize, but not necessarily a great card. I guess he can just play out the Restless Mummy here. There's not really too much of a downside because Eddie would have to use a good amount of resources to try and take that off the board by itself. Just going for tempo. But Eddie has been able to draw a good amount of cards here in this early game.
Oh,
Just
wow.
isn't enough to completely
Blackjack
fight back.
Stunner to shut down the Librams, though. Libra Wisdom will be gone
Yep.
until you find Lady Liadrin. And now, even though Killen had a minor hiccup, everything is coming up huge here for Killen.
Yeah. Plagiarize Blackjack Stunner, and then do anything else. Right? Oh, wow.
I wonder.
Okay.
What makes something real?
Interesting. Oh no, Abomination.
You just, I feel like you just pick Abomination
Shadow
here and
step it.
Shadow Step it. Just get
Yeah.
get it out.
Forget about it.
We need an emergency airlift for this Abomination right now.
So many options.
Emergency meeting. That's right, TJ.
Alright, I guess he's not. Just going to push the damage, and Blackjack Stunner plus Plagiarize, no matter when that, or other way around, no matter when that comes down, it'll get rid of these Librams. So I guess, getting rid of them right away, might help you against, like, Pinflinger. But if you use it as a surprise and use it when you're pushing for lethal or near lethal push, that seems more effective. That way you can just play stronger minions on board. So he's at 17 right now. There's 12 damage on board, and Abomination represents even more with its death rattle. So he's, it feels like he's already close to death.
Right. This is feeling like Eddie's in this position. You can see kind of just based off his body language even that we're having trouble even finding an out, and we see both hands, let alone a player that can't see the hands and probably feels like he might be in trouble.
Yeah. What's awkward about this Abomination, too, is if he wants to kind of go for some Penflinger stuff. If he Penflingers the Abomination and that's the illusion, that's his Penflinger gone, right?
Right.
So, does go for Libram of Justice, which I think is obviously, there could have been a potentially like more effective play onto the board, but this is the safest one that, holds on to Penflinger, but does use up a good amount of resources. Libram of Justice is, one of the only ways you have in your deck to, fully answer Questing Adventure, Edwin Van Cleef, those big minions. And I mean, Eddie's trying, right? He's doing his absolute best, despite having bad matchup now. But he's just defeated after that last game. That's tough.
It is a formality.
Yeah.
So many options.
Killing 2-0'd Eddie. That was the end of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool game. Game number 3 a little bit less interesting just based off the fact that Eddie's kind of getting steamrolled here. Killen took a long time to think about what he wanted to choose. It was actually kind of fascinating because I thought it was fairly obvious that he didn't want to pick the Scale Lord, but he did take a little bit of his time there.
Mind games. All right, well, Libram of Hope. Is that a sign?
Sign
to have hope?
To have hope. Maybe. It's a lot of life. You gain 8, you put an 8 on the board, and Killen doesn't have the way to deal with it immediately, except for sapping it, and that's like a delay. You're just delaying it. Wow, Eddie's just body language speaking volumes. He's not a really loud guy by nature, but the way he's kind of like reflecting upon everything. He's probably thinking about if he missed the damage at any point last game, right? Because that's what
I know. He's not even thinking about this game. He's just going through the motions.
Like, what did I do? Like, should I have like not traded that one time? Should I have like wave of apathy there? Should I have like played Nosdormu and been more aggressive? Like all these different questions going in his mind that we can't even answer right now.
Or like even more existential than that, should I have even brought that strategy?
Oh man. Those kinds of questions are always the nastiest.
Ooh. And the minion from Libram of Hope does not get the discount that the actual Librams get, so it's just a 9-mana Divine Shield
Right.
Taunt in hand. Not the most useful. And even though Eddie has these Librams, it's going to take a lot for him to fight back on the board. It can pick apart a lot, actually. With Pen Flinger, you just start throwing Librams and start flinging pens. But you're still leaving a little bit up, and you're still starting to get chipped away. Quite a ways to Nozari. Is there anything Solid's Pride can still pull from the deck? One Loot Hoarder. That is it, I believe.
Well, that's not very promising. Even then, you just have to pick off whatever you can and just rush into stuff. Eddie's almost out of time.
Well, I mean, he did a good job of picking apart the board.
Oh, he didn't play the Libram.
I don't think he wanted to give the Librams over since he knew it was plagiarized, right?
Okay.
Ho ho ho!
But he...
Westing Adventure. Broomstick's been used.
God, there's this
One Libram
great
of Justice have
image.
been used.
There's this great image in Dragon Ball when Vegeta's laying in the water and just staring at the sky and wondering why he's not as strong as Goku. And I feel like Eddie is doing exactly that right now.
Give me a quest.
And I need someone to image macro that right now.
What does he say?
He's not saying
Can you
anything.
voice it out?
He's just laying there. I really wish I could, but it's been like 2 decades since I've watched it because it's that old.
2 decades?
Well played.
Yeah, that's not true. It's probably more like 1 decade. Eddie concedes, killing 3-0 sweep over the rematch against Eddie and against all odds versus the target lineup. Killing All Day's stellar play, patience, and a little bit of luck has paid off with a top 4 berth in his first season as a Grandmaster. Well done. We'll see you on Championship Sunday, Killen.
Yeah, just nicely navigated, right? That's, also just having the endurance to play through 3 grueling series. The first one bringing it to Game 5 and ultimately falling to the anti-bomb warrior strategy. And then going up against a completely different lineup of Briar Thorns and having to navigate your way around Zoo Warlock. And then going back to the grueling matchup that's specifically designed to beat your deck, and just having the mental endurance to get through that one and dodge the weapon removal long enough to take a win with Warrior. So well done, Killen, joining Muzzy in the top 4, at least from Group A. So they'll be waiting to see who's going to be joining them tomorrow